You guys have been so good. So I wanted to start with something a little bit happy because we knew the rest of my poems were going to be fucking sad and depressing.
Let's get sad!
Yeah. No, this last one's a happy one. I think the rest of it.
Happy shit!
Yeah.
Happy shit!
It sounds really sad, but it's not. Yeah. To give a little backstory is that, so I've not only known all my grandmothers, I've also known all of my great-grandmothers on both sides of the family. Yeah. The women in my family don't die, which could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on who you ask. Yeah. And so this poem kind of started out as a tribute to the women in my family, to the backbone of them, but then they kind of morphed into something bigger and morphed into the humanity that I think that we all possess, and the good that we all have inside of us, even if sometimes there is bad in the world, even if there's bad in us sometimes. So this was a tribute, I guess you'd say, to that. When my papa died, my mom made me come with her to visit his grave. I never really knew the man, but what I noticed was a flower growing from his resting place. I thought, how beautiful, how strange to see something blooming from his decay. My mom was the one who taught me how to pray. I was never really good at it, and I realized why many years later after reading Alice Walker say, "Any God I ever felt in church, I brought in with me." I realize now why I've always felt holiness everywhere, even in the places I least expected. I seen it in the thunderstorm and in the earthworm, and the bullet that protects and the one that didn't, how easy the seesaw of life shifts. I've seen more hate spewed from people's Bibles than I have from people's guns, but the earth still spins, even though she has every excuse not to, and the sun still spits its light even to the darkest shadows. A bruise can come from the ugliest place, but it can still be as gorgeous as an orchid in bloom. I often doubt there is a God, but I have never questioned holies. A wise man would say, if you feed your children food from corruption, they will be corrupt. If you feed your children food from honesty, they will be honest. From here on out, I'm going to fill myself up on nothing but turnips of truth, ingesting all the integrity I can swallow, just so I can tell my future children that honor is the sweetest fruit, that our kind might be an odd kind, but I'm going to embrace my own oddity. I'm going to sing myself loud and proud, even if it's not on time and out of tune. Walk in a beat that the boombox can't handle, and that the people ask about my glow. I'm going to tell them I came from the starfish. I'm equal part ocean and cosmos. I'm going to play this now like a loudspeaker. Cut the mic if you like, but you can't unwrite what I got scrawled across this heart. Sometimes I feel like I'm an open casket, something dead, but not quite buried. And that's enough to get me up and going, even if it's a slow morning. And I mean that in more ways than one. I don't always know where these poems are going, but I do know this. My papa once beat my nan's jaw into dandelion dust. He almost killed 3 men in one bar fight with his own bare hands. After that, he fled to Canada without his wife and 4 young daughters, and he hid there for 21 years. Despite what he did, my nan never loved another man like that, and my mom never stopped calling him dad. I didn't want to go to his funeral because I couldn't respect someone who would disregard the women in my life like that. But my mom, she told me through her tears, does anyone really know where the good grows or bad lives? Some days, I don't know what the fuck that means. And other days, it makes complete sense. Maybe this world is one whirling mess, some broken-toed ballerina who can't stop dancing. Even if it hurts, it would hurt even more not to spin. We may all be hurling towards the edge of a cliff, but no bird is born knowing but I cannot accept that we are incapable of kindness. This skin is all I got, even if sometimes I don't like it. This planet is the only home I will ever know, even if sometimes I don't understand it. I may have entered this earth with fists, but I have never forgot my paws. My mom is right. I do not know where the good grows or bad lives, but I do know that my heart, this heart, it is an unstoppable engine. It is made of honey and pulp and never stops and just keeps going even when it hurts. Every thump is a billion blossoms bursting when the entire world seems to be withering. This clump of petals in my chest is a reminder not to bleed.